Something's wrong with how your mind operates. And deep down, you already know that. You can feel it the moment that alarm hits. Before you've even opened your mouth or talked to a single person, you're already running the math on how terrible today's about to go. Here's what the data says. Researchers at Laurentian University found that avoidance behavior doesn't just repeat. It literally gets easier for your brain to default to every single time you do it. Your mind gets more efficient at pulling back. Not because you're some weak person, because you've been quietly training it to do exactly that, without ever knowing that's what was happening. Okay, so the core signs. 1. You catastrophize before your feet even touch the floor. There's this low, steady hum running in the background whispering that today's gonna fall apart somehow. 2. You dodge the hard stuff, and it's not random. Your brain picked up through pure repetition that discomfort means danger, and that danger means get away from it fast. 3 and 4, you swallow what you actually want to say when it matters most, and then you sit alone later replaying the whole conversation in your head like a movie you can't turn off. University of Michigan research found that people who can't step back and observe their own thinking from a distance, they're significantly more likely to catastrophize, avoid, and keep running that same cycle over and over. It's not a character flaw. It's a gap in self-distancing. And this is the part that matters. It's trainable. 5, you deliberately go half in on things. That way, if everything crumbles, you've got your excuse ready. I wasn't really trying anyway. University of Pennsylvania researchers had a name for this. Learned helplessness. Repeated exposure to outcomes you couldn't control literally rewires your brain to stop even looking for solutions. This is not who you are at your core. This is what experience taught you. 6. You explain way more than you actually do. The explanation, it's articulate, it's logical, and it's sometimes genuinely accurate. But the doing part never shows up. 7. Watching other people win creates this quiet, sinking feeling you can't quite name. Stanford research shows that what you're feeling isn't really envy. It's your self-efficacy belief signaling that you don't actually trust yourself to reach that same place. Low self-efficacy is a learned belief. And here's the thing about learned beliefs. They've got a way out. 8, 9, and 10. They're the same pattern, just dressed up differently. Caving the second things get uncomfortable, refusing to start anything, unless you're guaranteed it'll work, and letting one rough day erase every bit of progress you've made. University of Essex researchers discovered that daily rumination, that obsessive mental replay of past failures, measurably shrinks the range of responses available to you. The more you loop through what went sideways, the narrower your behavioral flexibility actually gets. They're one loop, and it's getting tighter. Here's what's actually going on. This isn't a mindset problem. It's a loop problem. A Romanian university study published in Frontiers in Psychology found that the single strongest predictor of weak mindset behavior is low cognitive flexibility. Basically, the inability to switch mental frames when the one you're stuck in stops being useful. And cognitive flexibility? It isn't set in stone. It's trainable. Why do these patterns feel straight up impossible to break? Because your brain treats breaking them as a genuine threat. Avoidance and retreating feel safe. Not because they're actually helping you, but because they're familiar. Job. You're not battling a bad habit here. You're going up against a threat response. What to do tonight? Think about a moment today where something uncomfortable came up and you ducked it. Write down one sentence. Just one. The loop ran. Here's what it looked like. No fixing anything. No beating yourself up. Just name it. Research shows that simply naming a pattern disrupts its ability to run on autopilot. You needed it to survive. Now build a different one.